Hello everyone, welcome to the Shadowpath Sleep Lecture channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, sleep. Think about it. We spend about a third of our lives doing it, yet so many of us struggle with it, tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, feeling exhausted even after a full night in bed. Does any of that sound familiar? Well, you're in the right place. Over the next few minutes, we're going to unravel the mysteries of sleep together. This isn't just about getting more hours, it's about getting better, more restorative sleep that leaves you feeling energized, focused, and ready to take on the day. We'll explore what's actually happening in your brain and body when you close your eyes, and why it's so incredibly crucial for your physical health, your mental well-being, and even your creativity. So, what exactly is sleep? It's not just your body shutting down. It's an active, dynamic process that's essential for survival. Think of it like your body's own maintenance crew, coming in overnight to repair, restore, and prepare you for the next day. During sleep, your brain goes through different stages, each with a unique and vital role. We have non-REM sleep, which has 3 stages, and then the famous REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep. Let's start with the first stages of non-REM sleep. Stage 1 is that light, drifty feeling when you're just starting to doze off. Your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, and you can be easily woken up. It's the gateway to sleep. Then you move into stage 2. Here, your body temperature drops and your brain waves slow down further. You're less aware of your surroundings. This stage actually makes up about half of your total sleep time. It's where your brain starts consolidating memories, filtering through the important information from your day. Next up is stage 3, non-REM sleep, which is the deep sleep stage. This is the good stuff, the physically restorative part. During deep sleep, your body works on repairing tissues, building bone and muscle, and strengthening your immune system. It's incredibly hard to wake someone from this stage, and if you are, you'll feel groggy and disoriented. Getting enough deep sleep is what makes you feel physically refreshed in the morning. If you're an athlete, or just physically active, this stage is your best friend for recovery. After cycling through these non-REM stages, we enter the fascinating world of REM sleep. This is where most of your vivid dreams happen. Your eyes move rapidly back and forth behind your closed eyelids, which is how it got its name. Your brain activity looks surprisingly similar to when you're awake. But here's the cool part. Your body is essentially paralyzed, a safety mechanism to prevent you from acting out your dreams. Imagine that. REM sleep is critical for emotional regulation and memory consolidation, especially for complex skills and emotional experiences. It's like your brain's personal therapist and skills coach all rolled into one. Throughout the night, you cycle through these stages, from light sleep to deep sleep, then to REM and back again, several times. Each cycle lasts about 90 to 110 minutes. Early in the night, you spend more time in deep, restorative sleep. As the morning approaches, the REM stages get longer. This is why a full, uninterrupted night of sleep is so important. If you cut your sleep short, you're likely cheating yourself out of those crucial later stages of REM sleep. Now, why should we care so much about these cycles? Because when they're disrupted, everything else starts to fall apart. Chronic sleep deprivation, even losing just an hour or 2 a night, can have serious consequences. On a simple level, it impacts your mood. You become more irritable, more stressed, and less resilient. Your cognitive function also takes a major hit. Your attention span shortens, your decision-making becomes impaired, and your memory suffers. Ever felt like you're in a mental fog after a bad night's sleep? That's your brain crying out for rest. The physical health impacts are even more alarming. Poor sleep is linked to a higher risk of numerous health problems, including heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and obesity. Why? Because sleep regulates key hormones, including those that control appetite. When you're sleep deprived, your body produces more ghrelin, the hunger hormone, and less leptin, the hormone that tells you you're full. This is why you might crave high-calorie, sugary foods after a sleepless night. It's not a lack of willpower. It's your biology at work. Furthermore, your immune system relies heavily on sleep. While you're in deep sleep, Your body produces proteins called cytokines, which are essential for fighting off infections and inflammation. If you don't get enough sleep, you're more susceptible to getting sick, and it can take you longer to recover. So that advice to get some rest when you have a cold, it's backed by solid science. But here's the good news. Understanding how sleep works is the first step toward improving it. The power to get better rest is largely within your control. This is where the concept of sleep hygiene comes in. Sleep hygiene refers to the habits and practices that are conducive to sleeping well on a regular basis. It's about creating a routine and an environment that signals to your body that it's time to wind down and sleep. Let's talk about some of the most effective sleep hygiene strategies. First and foremost, consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Yes, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock or circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and wake up naturally. Your body thrives on routine. Next, create a relaxing bedtime ritual. This could be anything that helps you de-stress and shift into sleep mode. Maybe it's reading a book, a real physical book, not on a screen, taking a warm bath, listening to calming music, or doing some gentle stretching. The key is to find what works for you and make it a non-negotiable part of your evening. This ritual signals to your brain that the day is over and it's time to prepare for rest. Your bedroom environment is also critically important. It should be a sanctuary for sleep. That means it needs to be cool, quiet and dark. Invest in blackout curtains or a sleep mask to block out light. Use earplugs or a white noise machine to drown out disruptive sounds. And keep the temperature on the cooler side. Most experts recommend a temperature between 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit or about 15 to 19 degrees Celsius for optimal sleep. One of the biggest culprits of poor sleep in our modern world is our attachment to screens. The blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and computers suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. So, make it a rule to power down all devices at least an hour before bed. I know it's tough, but it can make a world of difference. Use that time for your relaxing bedtime ritual instead. What you consume during the day also matters. Be mindful of caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine is a stimulant that can stay in your system for hours, so it's best to avoid it in the afternoon and evening. Alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, but it disrupts the quality of your sleep later in the night, particularly REM sleep, leaving you feeling unrested. Also, try to avoid large meals or drinking a lot of fluids right before bed to prevent discomfort or middle of the night trips to the bathroom. Regular physical activity is fantastic for sleep, but timing is key. Exercise can boost the effects of natural sleep hormones like melatonin. However, try not to exercise too vigorously close to bedtime, as it can be too stimulating for some people. A morning or afternoon workout is generally best for promoting a good night's sleep. So, to recap the key strategies for better sleep: stick to a consistent sleep schedule, create a relaxing bedtime routine, optimize your bedroom environment to be cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid screens before bed. Be mindful of your diet and caffeine intake, and get regular exercise. These aren't quick fixes, but rather lifestyle changes that, when practiced consistently, can profoundly improve the quality of your sleep and, by extension, the quality of your life. Remember, sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. It's the foundation upon which your physical health and mental well-being are built. By prioritizing sleep, you are making an investment in yourself, in your energy, your happiness, and your long-term health. Start by implementing just one or two of these strategies tonight and see how you feel. Small changes can lead to big results. If you've tried these strategies and are still struggling significantly with your sleep, it might be a good idea to talk to a healthcare professional. Sometimes an underlying medical condition or sleep disorder could be the cause. There's no shame in seeking help. Your health is what matters most. Thank you so much for joining me for this sleep lecture on the Shadow Path channel. I hope you found this information helpful and feel empowered to take control of your sleep. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more content dedicated to helping you live a healthier, more well-rested life. Sweet dreams, and see you in the next video.